Okay, near about 10 participants are there. Hope, good afternoon. Yes, how many chapters we have completed till yet? One of geography, that is, can anyone tell what is the name of the chapter? Geography.
Resources and development.
Resources and
Resources and
development.
development.
Okay, one chapter resources and development. Second,
One in economics, development.
development completed. Then,
Sectors of economy in economics.
yes,
Sector of economy.
sector of economy yesterday only. Fifth, history.
Then the rise
The
of
rise of
nationalism in Europe.
nationalism in Europe.
The rise of nationalism in Europe. Fourth, fifth one, power sharing. Yoga civics.
Yes.
Chapter number 1.
Yes,
And
sir.
we are starting now with the 6th chapter, that is federalism, civics, second chapter. बहुत ही छोटा सा चैप्टर है, very small chapter. Today I'm going to say the PPT and PDF with you. Before starting this chapter, I want to take a small test of yesterday's chapter. That is which chapter?
Sectors of economy.
Sectors of economy. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So question number first, 10 people working on a small field is an example of what kind of unemployment?
Disguised.
Disguised unemployment.
Disguised unemployment. Okay, right. Next, what is the full form of GDP?
Gross domestic
Gross
product.
domestic product.
Gross domestic product, right. Third, what does GDP stand for? For what does it stand?
Sir, it means the final value of the goods and products produced.
Okay. GDP stands for gross domestic product. It is the value of all final goods and services that are produced in a country within a particular year. Just you have to mention that within a particular year or within a given time. You are right. Simple. 1 minute. Next one is just a second. Why has the entire tertiary sector not grown in importance? Explain. Just a short answer. Why has the entire tertiary sector has not grown in importance? Anyone? कुछ भी जो आपका है दिमाग में है. Okay. The entire tertiary sector has not grown in importance because of the following reasons. First, can anyone read? Ikra, can you continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The entire tertiary sector has not grown in importance because of the following reasons. A peculiarity of skills in this tertiary sector. Highly educated and skilled professionals only are able to get employment. Other engage themselves in low paid jobs. B,
Simply, yes.
high
Okay. Yes, continue.
High incomes. High incomes are available for the top level administrative jobs only. Low paid jobs do not attract employment. C. No job security. Large number of workers are casual with irregular and low income barely to sustain livelihoods.
Simple thing. First, peculiarity of skills in the tertiary sector means tertiary sector. सबसे बड़ी बात, as India is a developing country, we know that most of the population till now 21% population is under below poverty line. That is below poverty line means they are not able to fulfill their basic needs. Basic needs of what kind? That is they are not getting 2 times of food. वहां पर they will not get education, they will not send their school children to schools. So they will not get education. Education tertiary sector का सबसे main चीज क्या है? If they are educated, if they are skilled, then only in this sector they are getting the jobs. So country like India where education level is very low, तो वहां पर वो tertiary sector का importance या उसको increase होना, that is a little much difficult. The difficulty it is facing. So एक यहाँ पर है कि जो लोग हैं इस कैटेगरी में आने के लिए या सर्विस प्रोवाइड करने के लिए, जो हाईएस्ट कैटेगरी है उसके लिए एजुकेशन लेवल इंडिया में अभी तक नहीं था. स्टिल इट इज लो देन अदर कंट्रीज. Highly educated and skilled professionals only are able to get employment in this sector. So if the person is uneducated, तो उसको employment यहाँ पे नहीं मिलेगी. और ज्यादा लोग अगर uneducated है तो ये tertiary sector grow करना मुश्किल है. Other engage themselves in low paid jobs. Those who are undereducated या कम educated है, illiterate है, वो other jobs में जाते हैं. High incomes, higher incomes are available for the top level administrative jobs only. जो top level administrative jobs है उनकी अच्छी खासी income है. They get the high salary. But again, why they get high salary? Because they are skilled and they are educated. Others who are not educated, others who are not skilled और जो competition face नहीं कर सकते will engage themselves into the low paid jobs. So no job security because most of the peoples are engaged in which sector in our country that are engaged in primary sector or casual laborers are there. So no job security for them. Clear? Simple. Distinguish between final goods and intermediate goods. Two persons can give the answer. One can give the final goods, one can give intermediate goods. Any two from you? Yes, fast. Okay, one.
The goods which can.
Yeah. Just continue, Ikra. Second, Maleka.
The goods which cannot be modified from from its product, then they are called final goods. They cannot
Okay.
be modified further.
Further modification is not possible into in that means the goods which are ready to consume. Simply we can say the goods which are ready for the consumption. The customers will buy them and use them. That are the final goods. Okay, and Maleka, intermediate goods.
Intermediate goods means the goods which need some modification in it and can be modified further for their usage can be termed as intermediate goods.
Okay, further modification is possible in it. In that, it is the final product of one industry, and it can be raw material for another industry. For example, we have taken primary sector, that is cotton or wheat or anything is the final product of that sector. But that in secondary sector, it is used as a raw material. So that is an intermediate good for the secondary sector. Again, in secondary sector also, cotton is converted into yarn, that is thread. Then thread is the final product of that industry. Then another industry is taking that yarn as a raw material. So that yarn, which is a final good for that first industry, will be the raw material for another industry. That is raw material or intermediate good for another industry. Which industry? That converts into the cloth. एंड उसका फाइनल प्रोडक्ट क्लोथ को फिर फर्दर टेलर ले रहा है या जो कोई भी ले रहा है, दैट इज द रॉ मटेरियल फॉर अनदर थिंग. सो solution we are saying final good, the good which are used for final consumption. Simple. Value of final goods are included in the national income. See, this is the type how we have to write in the board exam. Third, for example, television, bread, bakery products, etc. Further modification is not possible in that. Second one is given, that is intermediate goods. First, the goods which are used up in producing final goods are and services. The value of intermediate goods are not included in the national income. Example are floor, cotton. Further modification is possible in that. Clear? Enumerate the various causes of rural unemployment in India. What are the various causes जिसके कारण गांव में जो पिछड़े इलाके हैं, ग्रामीण इलाके हैं, उनमें बेरोजगारी देखने को मिलती है? क्या रीजंस हैं?
Uneducation,
Uneducation, illiteracy. Second, okay. Then
Sir, maybe the owner has not enough money to employ them.
इन रूरल एरियाज, गांव वाले इलाकों में ज्यादा एम्प्लॉयमेंट अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट क्यों देखने को मिलती है? जस्ट दैट रीजंस. कहीं पे भी हम वी आर मूविंग टू सिटीज फॉर द एम्प्लॉयमेंट, फॉर बेटर अपॉर्चुनिटीज. लोग शहरों में आके रहते हैं ना, अच्छी जॉब के लिए, अच्छी लाइफस्टाइल के लिए, इन सब के लिए. व्हाई दे आर नॉट अवेलेबल इन रूरल एरियाज? ओके, सी द सॉल्यूशन.
They are not developed.
They are not developed. Lack of skill and education. सबसे पहला चीज बेसिक है. Skills and education. Skill may be there, but education is less there. अगर हम गांव से भी लोग पढ़ने शहरों में ही जाते हैं, इन बिग सिटीज, कि एजुकेशन लेवल वहां पे अच्छा होता है. सेकंड, chances of disguised unemployment are very high in agriculture sector. गांव में जितने भी लोग रहते हैं, सारे लोग हेल्प करते हैं अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स को खेतों में. सो चांसेस फॉर डिस्गाइज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इज वेरी मच देयर. हेल्प कर रहे हैं, दे आर जस्ट हेल्पिंग, दे आर नॉट एडिंग समथिंग इनटू द प्रोडक्शन. सो सेकंड थिंग, देयर इज अ लैक ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन इन रूरल एरियाज. सिंपल चीजें, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन, गांव के इलाकों में इंडस्ट्रीज नहीं होती इतनी, जिसके कारण कि वहां पे एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन के चांसेस बहुत कम रहते हैं. सिंपल थिंग. क्लियर? एनीथिंग यू आल्सो ऐड, यू कैन आल्सो ऐड इन दैट. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, डू यू एग्री?
Lack of opportunities.
Lack of opportunities, okay, yes, it is there. Do you agree that the classification of economic activities into three, that is primary, secondary and tertiary, is useful? Justify your answer giving three valid arguments. ये जो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज है, इनको तीनों सेक्टर्स में जो डिवाइड किया है, ये हमारे लिए फायदेमंद है या नुकसान कर रहा है? जस्टिफाई योर आंसर. ओके, yes, continue. Yes,
Yes, sir, I agree.
yeah, continue.
Yes, I agree with the statement. We can find out how many workers are working in different sectors. We can find out the share of each sector in the gross domestic product. We can find out which sector is growing and which is lacking behind.
हाँ, कोई भी चीजें हैं, हम इजीली उसको क्लासिफाई किया जा सकता है कंट्री में. फॉर अनदर थिंग वी कैन ऐड, वी कैन गेट नो that which sector is contributing how much in the economy, in the GDP. जैसे हमने अभी last when we are discussing about the chapter that more than 50% of the people are engaged in primary sector. That ये ऊपर है, कितने लोग यहाँ पे employed हैं, हमें वो पता चल जाता है. 50% people are employed in primary sector, but उसका जो contribution है, the contribution in GDP of this sector is only 4%, यानी 25%. So this also we can know about that. If it is not there, if primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector it is not divided, हमें कहाँ से पता कौन से सेक्टर में कितने लोग इंक्लूडेड हैं, एंगेज्ड हैं, और उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन हमारी नेशनल इनकम में कितना है? दैट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू नो. सो एक फायदा इसका ये हुआ कि हमें पता चलता है कि कितने लोग कौन से सेक्टर में एम्प्लॉयड है और उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन जीडीपी में कितना है. We can find out the sector is growing and which is lacking behind. हमें उससे ये भी पता चलता है कि कौन सा सेक्टर ज्यादा डेवलप कर रहा है, कौन सा सेक्टर पिछड़ रहा है. तो उसके लिए स्टेप्स गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से लिए जा सकते हैं. सो इट इज गुड दैट इट इज डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 economic activities. What are the objectives of NREGA? Last class
To
याद करो.
provide employment.
To provide
To provide
employment
employment.
to rural household peoples who are in need of employment. Basically, it was started in 200 districts, then it is extended up to 600 districts of
600 districts.
India. How much days employment? Guaranteed employment कितने दिन का?
100 days
100
employment.
100 days.
100 days.
Yes, guaranteed employment is given, provided. If unable to provide 100 days employment, क्या मिलता है इसमें? फ्री एनुमरेशन. एनुमरेशन यानी जितने दिन उसको काम नहीं मिला उतने दिन के अकाउंट में उसके रुपए डाल दिए जाएंगे, चाहे उसको काम मिले या ना मिले. 100 डेज की उसको सैलरी देनी ही देनी है गवर्नमेंट को, सबको नहीं. Those who are enrolled themselves in नरेगा स्कीम, जिसने एनरोल करवाया है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैंने अगर मेरे पास कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं है, आई विल गो टू द जहाँ पे भी है, जैसे आई एम लिविंग इन रूरल एरिया, तो मेरे को सरपंच के पास जाके अपना नाम रजिस्टर करवाना पड़ेगा, एनरोल करवाना पड़ेगा. आफ्टर दैट रजिस्ट्रेशन विद इन 15 डेज, 15 दिन के अंदर अंदर अगर मेरे को काम नहीं मिलता है, तो जितने दिन आगे मेरे को काम नहीं मिलेगा उतने दिन की सैलरी बिना यानी सैलरी या वेजेस, आप जो भी कहो, एनुमरेशन, दैट विल बी क्रेडिटेड इन माय अकाउंट. पूरे साल में कितने दिन होते हैं? 365. 365 में से सिर्फ कितने दिन का काम मिल रहा है? 100 डेज का काम लिया जा रहा है. ओके, दैट आर द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. एंड फिर वुमेन्स के लिए कुछ था इसमें, मेरे को याद नहीं है. वुमेन्स को भी जरूरी होती है ना एम्प्लॉयमेंट रुपए, गरीबों को. कुछ सीट रिजर्व रखी हुई थी इसमें.
सर 1/3.
1/3 of the seats are reserved for women's. The solution we are saying National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is NREGA, और उसको मनरेगा, MG नरेगा भी कहा जाता है, that is महात्मा गांधी MG महात्मा जी गांधी नरेगा, that is National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005 में उसको इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया था. इसलिए is an Indian labor law and social security measure that aims to guarantee the right to work. उसका एम क्या है? कई बार ये भी आता है, what is the aim of नरेगा? that क्या एम है? to guarantee the right to work, लोगों को काम मिले उसका गारंटी देता है ये. It aims at enhancing livelihood security in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. किस टाइप का वर्क है? अनस्किल्ड मैनुअल वर्क, फिजिकली हार्ड वर्क, जो कहीं खड्डा खोदना हुआ, कहीं पाइपलाइन दबानी हुई, कोई रोड बनाना हुआ, इस टाइप के कामों को यहाँ पर दिया जाता है. जैसे रोड बनाने के लिए आप देखते हैं वहां पे लेबर्स की जरूरत पड़ती है, तो वो किसके थ्रू आते हैं? दैट कम्स फ्रॉम नरेगा स्कीम. द नरेगा वाज इनिशिएटेड with the objective of enhancing livelihood and security in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage in financial year to every household member. Again repeated that. See another 1 minute. Another aim of NREGA is to provide employment within 5 kilometers. सबसे मेन चीज है कि जहां पर एप्लीकेंट है, जिसने एप्लीकेशन दी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम लिविंग इन मुंद्रा में अगर मैं अप्लाई करता हूं तो उस रेडियस के 5 किलोमीटर के अंदर अंदर ही मेरे को काम देना होगा. अगर वहां पे 5 किलोमीटर के अंदर मेरे को काम नहीं मिलता है तो आई विल गोट, क्या मिलेगा मेरे को? अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वेज, बिना किसी काम के मेरे खाते में ट्रांसफर किया जाएगा. So another aim of NREGA is to provide employment within 5 kilometers of an applicant residence, and minimum wage are to be paid. If work is not provided within 15 days, जैसे मैंने बताया था अभी, of applying, applicant are entitled to an unemployment allowance. उसको बिना किसी काम के उसके खाते में रुपए जमा कर दिए जाएंगे. सिंपल. व्हेन आई विल शेयर दिस वीडियो लिंक, उसमें से आप क्वेश्चन आंसर्स लिख सकते हो. इसको इनको पॉइंट्स में, 2 पॉइंट्स में भी, 3-4 पॉइंट्स में भी करके लिख सकते हो. शॉर्ट शॉर्ट आपको जितना इजी हो वो करके लिख सकते हो. एंड दैट ऐड आल्सो दैट वुमेन्स का 1/3 ऑफ द सीट्स आर रिजर्व्ड फॉर वुमेन. कात्यान. ओके, अभिषेक, what is underemployment? Explain with an example. Abhishek?
Sir, he is not in the meeting.
Is not there? Okay, Akansa. Akansa, try. Kusal, try it. Shivans, want to try? Sasank? एक बार सारे लोग अपना वीडियो ऑन करो.
sir,
तो on your video. I want to see what are you doing. Everyone. शशांक, वीडियो ऑन करो आपका. श्रेया, ओके, डन. सेराजी पार्थ, वीडियो ऑन करो आपका. शशांक इज नॉट देयर. नेहा इज नॉट देयर. सेराजी पार्थ इज नॉट देयर. ऑन चालू करके छोड़ दिए. ओके, शशांक आ गया. इकरा, ऑन योर वीडियो.
मैं भी आ गई.
आ गई.
आ गई.
Okay. Now you can off. Kusal, answer please. Okay. See the solution. It is a situation. दो लोग निकल गए. It is a situation under which people are seen working, but all of them work less than their potential. सब लोग काम करते हुए दिख रहे हैं, बट उनका पोटेंशियल से कम वर्क होता है. जस्ट एन एग्जांपल इन द वीडियो इट इज देयर दैट अ पर्सन इज अ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट और अच्छे खासे उसने डिग्री ली हुई है, बट ही इज अंडर एम्प्लॉयड, या किसी दुकान पे काम कर रहा है, और ही इज अ बस कंडक्टर, और उसकी जॉब के लेवल में, उसके एजुकेशन के लेवल में उसकी जॉब नहीं है. दैट सिचुएशन इज अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. मीन्स वो काम कुछ और कर सकता है, उसकी स्किल्स इतनी है कि दूसरा काम किया जा सकता है, बट ही इज अनेबल टू गेट दैट जॉब. तो उससे नीचे वाली जॉब पे वो काम कर रहा है, उससे लेस पोटेंशियल, उसका पोटेंशियल जितना है उतना काम वो नहीं कर रहा है. Also known as disguised unemployment. That is known as disguised unemployment. For example, to cultivate a field, only 2 workers are required, but a whole family of 5 people is working. Simple. Okay, multiple choice questions I'm starting. Abhishek, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Give the answer. GDP is the total value of dash producing during a particular year. Options are there. All goods and services, all final goods and services, all intermediate goods and services, all intermediate and final goods and services. B.
Sir, B.
Okay.
Sir, B.
Okay.
All final goods and services.
Yes, right. right? GDP is the total value of dash produced during a particular year.
All intermediate and final goods and services.
Now, that is B1, no? 1 minute. GDP, all final goods and services. The sectors are classified into public and private sector on the basis of
Ownership of enterprises.
Option C.
the sectors are classified into public and private sector on the basis of ownership and enterprise. Okay. Which sector is also called the service sector?
Tertiary sector.
Tertiary sector.
Tertiary sector.
Under National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005, work has been guaranteed for how many days?
100 days.
100 days.
100 days.
Biscuit for the consumer in the market is a final, intermediate.
Final good.
Final goods.
Final good. Final goods.
In GDP, the letter D stands for
Domestic.
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 The share. 1 minute. It is visible. The share of tertiary sector to GDP has increased, but the contribution of which sector to employment is highest at present?
Primary.
Primary. Yes. Sustainable development takes care of the present and
Future.
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 Option B. Future.
Okay. So this is there. Tomorrow onwards, till today तो कुछ नहीं है. फेडरलिज्म का एक मैं वीडियो दिखा देता हूँ अभी जस्ट छोटा सा है. Tomorrow we will start with that federalism chapter. Okay.
Federalism is a
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
central power is divided between a central authority and its various constituent units. For example, Belgium has a federal form of government, whereas countries like Sri Lanka and the UK have a unitary system of government. Under a unitary system, there is only one level of government. There may be subunits like state governments, but they are under the absolute subordination of the central government. Under the federal system, there are two or more tiers or levels of government: the central government, the state government, and, as an exception in India, a third tier or local self-government. However, in federalism, each tier has its own jurisdiction in specific matters of legislation, taxation, and administration. Jurisdiction is the legal authority and can be defined in terms of geographical area. Federalism provides constitutional guarantees for the existence and authority of each tier of government. In addition, the basic provisions of the Constitution cannot be unilaterally changed by one tier of government. Such changes require the approval of both tiers of the government. Every level is free in its own way to impose taxes and raise funds through remunerative enterprises. However, the sources of revenue for each tier are also clearly specified. An independent judiciary is the very essence of federalism. The courts have the power to interpret the constitution and the powers of the different tiers of government. The highest court of the land acts as an arbitrator in case of a dispute between different tiers of government. Federalism has the dual objectives of promoting unity of the country and recognizing regional diversity by way of mutual trust and agreement of living together. The balance of power between the center and state governments can vary from federation to federation. It depends mainly on the historical context in which the federation was formed. There are two ways in which federations can be formed: coming together federations and holding together federations. In the coming together federations, independent states come together on their own to form a bigger unit, so that by pooling sovereignty and retaining identity, they can increase their security. USA, Switzerland, and Australia are examples of coming together federations. In these countries, all the constituent states usually have equal power and are strong vis-à-vis the federal government. On the other hand, in holding together federations, a large country decides to divide its power between the constituent states and the national government. India, Spain, and Belgium are examples of holding together federations. In this type of federation, the central government tends to be more powerful with regard to the states. The different constituent units of the federation too may have unequal powers. For example, Jammu Kashmir in India has been granted special status.
Okay, tomorrow we are starting with this chapter. Before that, today I will share this PDF with you. That is federalism chapter का आपको पूरा no chapter का वो मिल जाएगा. I am sending now. Apart from that, I will also share the PowerPoint. Yes, Hanif. Hanif.
Sir, by mistake. By
Okay.
mistake हो गया.
Okay. After that, I will share two presentations. PPT presentations are there. Both I am sharing you. Go through that. एक तो छोटा सा ही है. दूसरा 19 slides are there. Just to go through that. Apart from that, in this chapter, you have to do the activity. जो मैंने 100 pages की notebook बोली थी आपको, उसमें ये individual activity है. Now अभी छुट्टी का टाइम है, आप लोग घर पे आराम से बैठ के इसको कर सकते हो, नोट डाउन कर सकते हो. तो जो इंटरनल मार्क्स हैं 20 मार्क्स वो इजीली यू कैन स्कोर. तो कंपलसरी है ये. सो आज ही एक्टिविटी सीट भी मैं आज ही शेयर कर देता हूँ आप लोगों के साथ. सो यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट. इसमें क्या है, आप लोगों को किस चीज में हेल्प चाहिए, चैप्टर का एक्सप्लेनेशन होगा, उसमें भी आप कहाँ से पॉइंट पिकअप कर सकते हो. यू विल इजीली कम टू नो. सो दिस four things, that one is chapter PDF, second PowerPoint presentation of both PowerPoint presentation and activity. Four things I'm going to share with you, and today's class link. उसमें से भी जो important questions लग रहे हैं आपको, that some important questions are there, you have to note down. कुछ important points लग रहे हैं जो आप answers में add कर सकते हो. You can note from that also. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
I'm thinking I will talk to principal sir and Nandini ma'am. 5 chapters are completed एटलीस्ट सो एक स्मॉल असेसमेंट लिया जाए, टेस्ट आपका ऑनलाइन टेस्ट, तो किस तरह से लिया जा सकता है? आई विल कॉन्टेक्ट विद देम एंड आई विल शेयर विद यू। सो असेसमेंट भी हो जाए एक पहला आपका, तो बेटर रहेगा। ओके, आई विल come to you on that after discussion. Okay, I'm sharing these three, 4 and 5 thing, two PPTs, one PDF, and one activity PDF, and today's class link. Go through that. Okay,
Okay, sir.
bye.